That architecture of everybody doing the same thing has still highlighted that there's many gaps in the overall architecture.
Yeah, that's true.
And what the new generation of tools, which are especially cloud-oriented large data and big data analytics behind them, and finding needle in a haystack issues, allows us to find that needle in a haystack that we may have fallen through one of the cracks.
Yeah.
And that's only possible because of the new technologies.
And that's identity hygiene.
That is identity hygiene.
That's it in a
Basically,
nutshell.
you have the log files, the ability to go through millions of records, identify the misappropriate creation of accounts or usage of the accounts, or not accounts that should have been cleaned and they haven't been cleaned, and your system says they're clean but they're not clean. So identifying that gap between reality and what it should be is the goal of the project.
Service accounts are a particular problem.
Service accounts are by far the hardest one to manage. Let me just say, user accounts are relatively straightforward. There are many tools to manage the user accounts. When it comes to service accounts, there's a big gap between where one should be and what even is available out in the market, let me just say. Because service accounts are typically used by various systems.
Yeah.
It depends on the owner of the service, how they can utilize it. So it's not very easy to put them into a vault like CyberArk. If it is, then straightforward, you can solve the problem. In many cases, they cannot because the application cannot utilize that architecture. So you need to make sure the password is managed correctly, it's rotated on a regular basis.
Yeah.
It is you're not causing any outage by changing the password because somebody forgot to change one application's password.
Yeah.
So by far the most complex area is service account management.
Yeah, a place where you need, like Sphere is an example of a platform that would help with something like that.
That's correct. So for example, we use Sphere for this account cleanup together with many of the other work they do regarding network share cleanup.
Right.
So we use them for a variety of services in that space for all the hygiene and the cleanup of our environment to make sure we keep it clean.
I think that if I were to predict a topic that'll still be an issue in a few years, probably identity, right? I mean, it's the gift that keeps giving, right?
Identity is, at least for my budget, I want to say at least 40% of our budget is spent on identity when it comes to security.
That sounds about right.
And I cannot see that changing.